This is the Kitzer starting on Daf Nun Aleph Amud Beis and Ois Beis. We started to explain a little bit about the concept of Tzimtzum. So the Alter Rebbe uses this as an introduction to explain the concept of Tzimtzum in greater depth. And it explains this process that we've talked about in so many other Maimarim, where the lowest sphere of the higher world becomes the highest sphere of the lower world. So the Malchus of Atzilus becomes the Kesser of Bria, and so forth. And it goes on to explain about the concept using of Tainugim. Now, of course, we translate Tainug as pleasure, but the English word pleasure, and as the Maimer emphasizes, the concept of pleasure is not something that is not only or not limited to, and certainly not spiritual pleasure, to something that is external, like delicious food or music or even brilliant insight. It is rather a tainug atzmi, and that's what we are able to reach, the very essence of that concept. And the Alter Rebbe goes on to describe the concept of tzimtzum using the mashal. If a person masters a certain concept in Torah and they understand it completely and thoroughly, so at the moment that they're studying some other topic, the master topic is still embedded within their identity. It's just not brought to the fore. Well, this is similar to the idea of tzimtzum, that Hashem doesn't change. He doesn't remove his identity. It simply gets pushed a little bit to the side as an opportunity for him to express rather his very sort of essential self. And we talk about this with the light and the sun, that if we took away a sun ray, it wouldn't diminish the sun. And we use a imperfect analogy about the body and the soul, that the soul gives life to the body and it apportions the particulars of the body's needs from the soul. So the power of vision to the eye, as we commonly say. This is why a child's intellect is less developed, even though they have all of the physiological components, because their soul doesn't have yet the developed characteristic to integrate with the body. And it goes on in further detail to nuance out that we should never interpret Tzimtzum as being literal, that God is removed. It's just the diminishment of the revelation.